We're just going to sit here for 20 minutes waving.
Like the madman waving that I'm with. Man, you're making
Only
me
Zoom
edit
had
here.
like emoji, so you're like, bam,
Right,
pow,
right. Yeah,
wave.
I know, really. Zoom, something like that.
Exactly.
So, uh, some of you who know me better know that I love superheroes. Tiny hint here. Um, I love all the movies. I've seen all the movies. I have a Halloween costume that's a particular superhero. That's my go-to one. But I really love them because I like the idea of having representations of the highest forms of our best selves, our potential. Mm-hmm. So it's no surprise that I love the idea of my friend James Lamb here, that we all can and should be superheroes in our businesses. So he's here today to talk a little bit more about that and how you could be the superhero in your business and your life. Thanks for being here, James.
Yes, I am thrilled to be here. And by the way, I need a superhero costume. I don't have one. You know what I have? And I'm totally pulling this out for one of my Facebook Lives. I have a costume of a cactus. I don't know what that says about me. Am I prickly? Like what does that actually mean? But there you go. So I need to actually live the speak. But you're right. We are here talking about some stuff. I am a big champion of being a superhero entrepreneur in your business. And by the way, that doesn't mean doing everything right all the times. A lot of it, what it means is it actually means just, the hardest thing is as Kevin Hart said, is working your butt off yesterday, going to bed and seeing no results, then getting up today and working even harder and still seeing no results, and doing the same thing day after day after day. That to me, folks, is super heroic effort. And that's the honest to goodness truth.
Yeah, definitely. Just the effort that goes into it. Like it starts with giving yourself credit for all of that.
Yes, absolutely. You don't have to be all right all the time, right? A lot of the times, so I know we're getting pseudo.
It's trying. It's okay. About, yeah.
Well, we bring out the stick, right? We like, I should have worked harder. I should have remembered.
Should have done it differently.
Like, it's okay, right? You are where you are, and that's one of the things that I teach. So, the reason why Deborah and I are having this pleasant conversation is because I have a couple free guides that I'm giving away. They are brand new. They just dropped today, which is amazing. So there's a couple of them. And Deborah, you specifically chose the second one, which is awesome. You said it was going to work better for your community, which is
great. So I love kind of doing stuff like this because then I get like the little sneak peek of everything. And so I was looking at it both and I'm like, there's just so much great information in here. And I forgot what it's called. It's the 6.
Yes, hold on. Wait.
Dun, 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 dun.
There it is. So it is I better read it too. The 6 truth bombs to power up your inner superhero entrepreneur. And there's 2 of them. The other one that Deborah has access to, if you want it, you can have access to it too, is this one. But this one that Deborah thinks is better for you, as in speaking to the community, it's really, I find it really inspiring.
Yeah, okay? I find it's really empowering. It really gave you such a positive, like optimistic view of things.
It is. And a lot of the times, if you're doing entrepreneurship correctly, you will have failed, right? As in when you first start, you're going to fail. And that's totally okay. Like that is part of the journey. That is part of finding out the person you are. And by the way, that is going to make for a really good story one day down the track when you succeed, if you keep going, right? One of the challenges is that, we kind of, and this is not intentional, but some of us wallow in this misery, so to speak, right? Some of us get stuck in this idea. And this document is all about how to be your amazing, imperfect, perfect self. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, there are so many good little pieces in there. I don't want to like give it all away or anything, but can you tell us a story of someone you've helped become a superhero in this business, either when they've gone through that process or something else that kind of.
Yeah, a lot of the times what we do, superhero is sort of it is all about alignment. So the thing I teach is instead of you trying to be a superhero, you have to realize you are a superhero already. Yeah. And then we build the business and the messaging and the marketing around that. And so one of the people that I work with, her name is Stephanie. Deborah, she is bar none the hardest working person in the world. I think that's actually what it is. And a lot of times we will recognize that you cannot outwork a problem. If you have been in this field for long enough, you cannot put enough hours and it'll just go away. You have to fix the problem itself, right? And the reason why I'm telling you this is because when she first came to me, she was like, I was like, what do you do? And she's like, I work with children who have autism. And she always like, I feel really uncomfortable with this. I feel really uncomfortable with this. And it's partially because she was trying to don another superhero's cape. She was trying to be someone else she wasn't. And so we worked it out to a point where she's now helping families who have children with autism. And she has tons of experience there. She doesn't feel like imposter syndrome. And so in her case, what she had to do was figure out what she actually wanted to do, to be her own superhero. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Interesting story. She actually runs conferences. And by the way, you should sign up if you haven't, because they're awesome. And I know she can deliver great value. And in the beginning, she had 10 speakers. 6 of them bailed a month before. And you're like, oh no. She's like, oh, and she came, she's emotional, which I would be as well, right? Like emotional. And then the community got together, and because she had this new identity, we actually not only made up the 6 speakers, we made up an additional 3. So she has 13 speakers, way
Wow.
more than she ever had, that are more in alignment with what she does. Like, how amazing is that?
And
Right?
it's because when you are actually being yourself that you attract the kinds of people that
That's
you want to be
exactly
working
right.
with, and that can help, like you said, align with the same goals, the same values.
Yep. Superhero is not about having all the answers. The number of times she has come and she said, I need help with something. And it's okay because she serves other people as well. Does that make
Right.
sense? So,
Yeah.
so it's not all about having the right answers. Like anybody who has all the right answers has no good answers because they haven't thought about it, or they haven't failed at it, or they're too cocky, right? Like all of these things. So that's a great example of someone. She still works hard. She
Yeah.
still struggles with some things, but someone who I've helped find the superhero entrepreneur because she was wearing the wrong cape and it didn't feel good.
Yeah. I've had a client with the same experience. He was, kind of like trying to be something that wasn't who he was. He was trying to be who he used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And his whole story is about his transformation into this new career,
Yes.
with a life-changing experience in his case that, like, oh, just be that.
Yeah.
Go with it.
There's another example. I work with a gentleman he's a little bit older, and he was a pilot for his entire life, like used to checklists and procedures, which is like the opposite of entrepreneurship. But he was trying to be a midlife coach, which is awesome. And I remember his first elevator pitch, and it was something like, I challenge people to take a hard look in the mirror and see how they're wasting their life. And this is like the nicest guy ever. He is so nice.
And it makes me do
were
this.
Just like, this is not you at all. Like, back up. I can't back up any further, but this is not you at all. But when he found out that he was actually really nice and he did not have to challenge everybody, he started crying. His demeanor changed, and he just had a much better idea about who he wanted to serve. So sometimes it's not about plowing ahead. Sometimes we need to figure out what our true personality, what our true gifts are, and put them front and center.
Yeah. And kind of aligning other things to that you're doing that fit with who you really are.
Yeah. We tend to strip out all the personality in our marketing stuff, right? And Deborah, you realize this, right? Like what we do, because you do what I used to do,
right?
And I'm sure you were infinitely better for right? But one of the challenges, we have to figure out people's personality when we post online on behalf of them, right? And part of the challenge with marketing talk is they tell you to strip out your personality, which is the number one worst thing you can do sometimes.
Yeah.
We get all strategic about this, and we forget, especially if you're like a life coach or a consultant or a healer.
Anything where someone's working with you personally.
I want to work with you. I don't want to work with a feature or a benefit or a price.
Exactly.
I want to work with you.
I want to work with a human being. Yes. I want to work with a human being who I like.
So. Exactly. So that's what this document is all about, right? It's kind of, I'll give you, I will give you and there's a free download. So Deborah's going to put the
I was going to say it'll be in the link. Yeah. The link will be in the caption.
But let me put it this way, right? So Deborah, can I let a little bit of the cat out of the bag and go through like the 6 headlines here?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. So these are the 6 points that you must understand, right? People want to work with you. There are probably hundreds of thousands of people who want to work with you. Number 2, start writing and speaking as you. And I think we've alluded to that already. Deborah knows about this, right? Understand that truly there is no competition.
This was a really interesting one.
Okay. Number
Guys,
4.
it's worth downloading it just to get that explained.
There you go. I feel like it's clickbait. You must read number 3.
It's a little, but it's
4.
not bait. Clickbait is when it doesn't fulfill what it says it's going to do.
That is true.
And yours does.
That's good to hear. Number 4 is find community that really powers you up. And by the way, there is a lot of toxic communities out there. And if you are insecure, that's probably one of the reasons. Number 5, level up every day. Change is scary. And number 6 is stop trying to be somebody else. And these are the 6 points that I go into quite a bit of level of detail. Is it scary to download? Of course it's scary sometimes, because sometimes when you open and you discover a new paradigm, it challenges where you're at. But when you want more for next year, when you want something different, that's when you need to open yourself up and take a step forward and try something new.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, download it. It's really cool. It's a really good read. It's easy.
And if there are spelling mistakes, do not tell me.
Didn't see any on my first read.
Don't put on your reading glasses if you have them, you know.
Anything else you want to add?
Yeah. So when you download, there will also be an invitation to do a free workshop with me. So this guide is all about starting to realize that the short story is you matter, right? People want to work with you. You have to tell them who you are, not just what you do and what you bring to the table, right? That's step 1. I also am offering currently a 60-minute workshop. It is completely free. And we start taking monumental steps to wrap the business around your amazing gifts, around your amazing personality. And for some of you, there's, you know, full on, there's going to be an invitation to work with me further if you think it's useful to your company. If not, that's okay. But the point is, team, I want you to think about taking the workshop hour, because that is an opportunity to work for you. A lot of the times,
to get stuff done time.
Right? A lot of the times we tend to do other, excuse my French, we tend to do other shit for other people. And we fill our day with doing everybody else's tasks, when in fact we need to level up sometimes. And this is one of the best gifts I can give you. In that workshop, you are actually going to come up with 3 really good things. First of all, your best ever About Us line bio opening that is going to have customers leaning in and being like, who is this person? Number 2, you are going to actually find marketing to lean into that actually works for you and your personality. And number 3, we're going to find out how to up level in communities, and 3 little simple words that you can get whatever you need in community. So it's really interactive. You are going to leave with some amazing wins. And look, team, is it scary to sign up? Is it scary to go forward? Of course it is, right?
Try something new, but yeah.
Right. But keep in mind, and this is my favorite saying for people I work with, right? But fear is not the absence, courage is not the absence of fear, right? Courage is being afraid and stepping forward first anyways.
Courage is mastery of fear. Yeah. It's being in control of it and doing it anyways.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Awesome stuff.
Man,
gotta end on a fun question.
I'm so sorry about rambling.
No worries. I'm gonna end on a fun question. Do you have a favorite superhero?
That's a really good question. I have never thought about that. Is that
seriously?
Weird?
How do you never think about that?
Is that weird?
You built your whole program around.
Is that hilarious?
Idea.
Hold on. I am going through, and oddly enough, I'm thinking Hawkeye, because like the other ones are like drama queens. It feels like sometimes. Does that make sense? Like it's all so dramatic.
He's like the low key dude. Yeah.
Well, who gets mad and turns greens and destroys stuff? A toddler. That is exactly exactly right. Who is like a rich playboy? That is not someone I want my kids modeling after. But you have Hawkeye, who is wise, who supports, who goes about what he does, and believes in the right thing. And I think there's something to be said about that.
Yeah, cool. I like it.
Yep, there you go. There it is.
Awesome.
You were supposed to warn me about all these questions.
I was gonna say that one I did not give you warning. I thought that'd
still
be
would have
easy.
said the same thing, I think. But anyways.
You were like ready to go, so I thought that one would be easy.
All good.
All good. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And guys, I really do recommend downloading it. It's good information and it's helpful to learn. And the workshop also sounds really cool. So yeah, check it out.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Deborah. I really appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.